The next tab down is Analytics. Analytics allows you to see what's happening in your course. So once you have different members of your course, you can see how many individuals are visiting your course by day. So total hits per day, this number will go up as more people access. How many total page views you've had, how many total comments you've had. You can also look at this per user. So for every student in your course, you can see when they last logged in, when they last got into or they actually accessed the course, because maybe they logged into Schoology but they didn't go into your course, the total time they spent in your course, and the number of posts. You can also see this information by assignment. So when you create assignments on your course or in your course, you'll be able to choose an assignment and actually see what kind of activity is going on there. So I'm going to choose my sample assignment. I see how many times it's been accessed and on which days, and if a particular student has submitted it or not. I can choose discussion. Again, as you create discussions, they'll all show up down below in these different links here. Once I choose that discussion, again, I can see per student how many posts they did, and then also how many total hits that discussion got. And then finally, links. Any links that you create, you're going to track all the links, how many hits they got, but then that particular link, go right to the link to see what it is. Also, how many clicks. So that gives you an idea of how students are using your actual assignments and discussions and links that you're posting in your course, and how much time they're spending in your course as well. This final tab, this workload planning, is a session for a different tutorial, so we'll skip that for now. Moving away from the left-hand side of the screen under your course, we're going to work our way across to the right. This Add Materials button is where you're going to put in all of the different resources for your course. This is covered in a separate tutorial. The Options button gives you the choice to create a hierarchy for what order students complete different tasks in your course. So if I check that student completion button, I can make it so that I can add a requirement that one folder is completed before another one. So if you're really concerned about students jumping around in your course and going out of order, this is one way to control that. The other option is that you can save your course to your resources. So at the end of the year, if you want to make sure that your course is saved for you to just dump into a new course in the next year, there's the option to do that right there. Finally, working your way further to the right, this drop-down area allows you to jump between courses that you're involved in. And then the Notifications button allows you to turn on and off notifications of things that are happening in your course. So you have to decide whether you want to get emails when different things are happening within your course by just selecting or deselecting buttons. Over here, below the notifications, you can click on a calendar to see what's happening in your course in calendar view. So here's a sample assignment and a sample event that go along with this course in the calendar. Also, I could add an event directly from here to the calendar by clicking Add an Event, fill out the required information, and it would automatically go to the course calendar. So if you had something you wanted to create for students right here in the course, that would be a quick and easy way to do that. Over here are any updates that have recently been made to the course, and they will continue to list out as those updates are made. So again, that was an overview of the beginning of a course, all the setup on the left-hand side and the right-hand side of the course. The middle materials are covered in a different tutorial.